Hi, Space Cadets, and thank you for tuning in. Just a few quick words to say about the Space Cadets Moongazers module. Firstly, this is long overdue, so apologies for that. I don't know why this wasn't included when originally putting it together. I mean, who doesn't start looking at the moon first in their journey as budding stargazers? The moon's always visible, well, not always visible, it's visible for a lot of the time in the night sky, and it's always a delight to see, and there's no polluting atmosphere on it, so you can always see the surface details and the craters, which I think are about as astronomical as you can get for your first view. So we've now gone and done a module on it. Now, this is a bit different to how we've done our previous modules, where it's all been digitally based. This time there are downloadable workbooks for each topic within the module. So we've got it on the moon itself. You can download that, and then it's got a series of questions, which when you look at the online book and you flick through that, which you can use either a tablet or a laptop, and you can learn about the moon, the phases of the moon, and every other thing about the moon, the full moon and what they mean, and supermoons and why they're supermoons. All that's in there. We also talk about terms like apogee and perigee you may have heard of. So it gives you a good rounded knowledge of our nearest celestial neighbour. And then we've gone on to obviously talk about some of the features of the moon. And this is useful for your GCSE astronomy if you're going to go that way, because one of the observational tasks is on that and how the detail of certain features changes with changing phase. And we've gone through a lot of that. So what we've done is we've gone through and labelled all of the seas. So you can look at the seas, and I say seas loosely, there's no water on there. We're talking about the grey areas, which we call seas. But, or Mare Crisium as well. We've called them mares, M-A-R-E. And Mare Crisium is one of those seas we discuss, which is easily visible, I think, with the naked eye. So we've got to label these, so at least you can know what you're looking at after that. And plus, we've not gone overboard here, but we've gone and labelled some of the more prominent craters. So while there are tens of thousands of craters on the moon, there are some which stick out like a sore thumb. And these ones we've tried to label and give a bit of information on. We haven't done it for every single crater that we featured, but we have done it for the bigger ones, the main ones, you see, like Tycho with its huge ray system, kind of down there on the bottom limb of the moon. And also, you can't really not talk about Copernicus. So we've given a bit of a background on those as well. And on a handful of them, but we've gone into more detail there. And finally, what we've done is we've reviewed over the Apollo landings, because I think it's nice when you look at the moon to get an idea of where the Apollo missions landed as well, because I think that's a nice piece of trivia to bundle into your lunar studies. And that's why, even though we've got module 2, which kind of goes into that already, we decided to add this again in a more watered down sort of version, so you can really acquaint yourselves with where Apollo 11 landed and so on, and all that is there, and it'll culminate with an end of module quiz. And what you'll get out of that, if you complete your workbooks, which it's recommend you log in and complete online, you'll get notes as you do that properly, and you will learn about the moon, we think, in a lot more detail than others might otherwise know if they don't do something like that. And there's always going to be further options for further study and further investigation after, because there's a lot more craters and some lovely ones which we've chosen not to put in. But if you're going to study the moon in more detail after, you will learn about them. But what it does is it gives you an introduction to the moon, and at least next time when you look at it after doing that module, you'll have more knowledge of what you're looking at, which of course is the whole point of Space Cadets. But this is part of the Space Cadets Stargazer range. So this is part of that series. So with the other modules, that will make up the Stargazing badge. So we hope you enjoy this, and do let us know what you think of it. And I look forward to seeing you over there. So ta-ta for now, and clear skies. Thank you.